Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. Chapter 3, New Friends and Former Enemies. My shipment of infusions finally arrives this morning. I now have possession of some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Oh, we have Care and Fable back. Here's Fable and Care. Humph. Listen, I can fix this. Let me just pick up some chamomile tincture from my treehouse. Chamomile is proven to be great for healing wounds. Here, you've done enough, little pal. I'll be good from here, thanks. Fable, Care, back so soon? Innkeep, say, did you send this blighter after me? I told you she has nothing to do with any of this. It's my fault. My fault alone. So let me at least fix it up. Fix you up. You better keep your clumsy hands off me. Now, how about we calm our spirits with a bit... Now, how about we calm our spirits a bit and you tell me what happened? A misunderstanding, I suppose? Yes. The elf thought I was an Uncle Dragon look-alike. The uncle that looks like a werewolf? Yes. No, it's a bit more complicated. Doesn't matter. What matters is the elf mistook me for a werewolf. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Maybe, but not on purpose, I promise. It's just me and my bad luck. See, it happened again. Nothing ever goes right. Don't say that, Fable. Tell me what happened. We can start from the beginning, alright? Right. So, you sent me out to look for the werewolf in Targaryen. I felt agile and ready, braver than I've ever felt before. The quest that I gave you, Innkeep. I recall, Care. Humph. Good. I have my shortcuts and trails that allow me to travel rather swiftly through the Ashen Grove. And by early dusk, I reached the borders of Targaryen. The Ashen Grove thins out around there. You can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see a farm or two. Truly idyllic, especially during sunset. There's one downside to that idyllic sunset, though. Ugh. It gets dark. Tends to happen when the sun goes down. Of course it does, and every tall looming person in the dark is automatically a werewolf, huh? No, but every tall looming person hunting down a farmer's sheep is. No, I didn't do that. Yes, you did. And the quest stated that was exactly what the werewolf would be doing. In my defense, I'm broke. We've all been there. So Care was busy hunting sheep, and in the shadows of dusk, you thought she must be the werewolf. Exactly so. And then you needed not 1, but 3 arrows. I'm swift with a bow. I figured. And I was preparing to fight, not bargain. So I shoot, trigger happy. I can't get myself to aim right for the heart, so I aim for the shoulder. And suddenly the werewolf starts cursing and cussing words I'd never heard before, like a sailor. Not all sailors cuss. Or how I would imagine a sailor would swear. I've never actually met one. Not all sailors cuss. You're telling me you've never heard expletive before. It's all symboled out. Hey, what's going on, symbol? Why is it censored? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Anyways, I was watching my prey through the bushes, and suddenly I felt a piercing pain in my shoulder. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, 'cause I cussed and swore. That expletive hurt. Never been so happy to have missed. So I turned around and got ready to lunge at the rascal who dared to aim at me. And an orange gleamy eye stared at me through the shadows right into my soul. I thought, that's it, it's over. I heard the bells of death ringing in my ears. I was done for, and I hadn't even set foot out of the ashen grove. I stumbled backwards, tripped over a branch, and crashed into a tree. Nah, that weren't the passing bells, Elfie. Actual bells from the chapel in town. My name's Fable. Right. So they crashed into a tree, and the rustling of leaves, crackling of branches, the high-pitched yelp. I didn't yelp. Yes, you did. I think the truth is somewhere between these two. It caught the attention of the actual culprit. He must have been on his way to tear apart yet another sheep. Or perhaps the farmer's heart this time after our wrestling caught his attention. I heard the growling, such a deep guttural growl, it made my blood curdle. I swear I saw my life flash before my eyes. It sounded more like an empty stomach to me. A big empty stomach then. Either way, bad. Very bad. A howl rang through the air when he emerged from the bushes. Tall and towering, glowing red eyes and fangs as big as my hand. Probably around 8 feet high. 6 feet max. 8. Seeing that tall creature sent shivers down my spine. You said that already. No, I didn't. Seeing that tall creature sent shivers down my spine. And I was frozen. I was sure the Mary Morgan incident would repeat itself. I'd stand there and watch everything as it happened, unable to move. He looked around and sniffed the air, and his eyes locked with mine. But then I remembered what you told me. Werewolves love playing fetch. So I swiftly pushed away from the tree and picked a stick up off the ground. The werewolf noticed my movement. But before it could lunge at me, I threw the stick into the bushes as far from me as possible. I wanted to buy myself some time to adjust my bow, but the stick somehow also influenced Carolyn, and both of them hurled toward the bushes. And that's not all. While I couldn't help but run after that stick, I noticed something odd on the werewolf. Flannel rags. So I forgot about the stick and grabbed him by the throat, slamming him against a tree. He wiggled and twisted like a worm, growling and barking right in my face. I stared him right in the eyes as I heard the elf approach from behind. They knocked an arrow on the bow. Don't, Carolyn said as I lowered my bow hesitantly while she studied the werewolf's face. She growled like she always does. Grumph. Uncle Dragon, she exclaimed, and I flinched. That Uncle Dragon? Yeah, my darned uncle was in full werewolf transformation in front of me, right there. Acting like the biggest, wildest rascal in the whole world. I was joking when I told you that story, Innkeep. I wouldn't have thought the werewolf was actually my uncle. But this is exactly why I don't do cases involving lycanthropy. So how did you deal with him? Confronted him, of course. Knocked some sense into him, you know. We tied him to a tree so he wouldn't get any ideas before transforming back. I knew learning all those sailor knots was good for something. It's good for a lot more than that. Oh? I mean... Either way. The truth was only half as exciting as figuring it all out. Apparently, he contracted lycanthropy at the annual family gathering. And since he grew short-tempered, he and his husband got into a lot of fights. So he ran away. I can understand that all too well. And of course, I can't kill Carolyn's uncle just because he's a werewolf. So you let him go? The elf knows a swamp witch that might have worked out a cure, dropped him off there. No more tearing apart sheep, for now. So, all in all, you'd say the quest was a success? With a few obstacles attached. And someone getting hurt. Listen, the arrows ain't the problem. The coat, though, that was expensive. I'm sorry, really. Don't worry about it. After all, we got rid of the lichen for now. Elfie even got you a keepsake. It's nothing really. It's not even that interesting. I just thought... Would you get me, Fable? You thought? I thought it would be a nice reminder of my first successful quest. I like trinkets. What is it? Spit it out. Come on. Quit being shy. Well, we played fetch with a stick afterwards, and I thought I could bring it here. After Carolyn brought it back to me. Had to finish playing fetch after all. A nice memory of sorts, you know? That is a nice memory. Are we just ignoring the fact that Carrot still has arrows sticking out of her shoulder? Thank you, Fable. I know just where to put it. Right. Anyway. How about a drink to celebrate on me? I told Carolyn you have a hand for mixing just the right thing for any situation. Absolutely. For the both of you? I'll pass. I'm going to run home quickly to get the chamomile tincture. See you later. Later. So, innkeep, surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which, I mean, make me the usual strength never gets old. Alright. We have Southern Brawler. Just draw that recipe right out. And 1 shield. 1 crown. And 3 swords. Southern Brawler. There we go. Here, this should be to your liking. It is, not bad, thanks. So that little blighter, you raised them? Fable? Oh, no. No? That's surprising. You two seem very close, like family. They're irregular. I see. I think we're waiting on Fable. Huh. Quest taken. This still available? Ooh, which quest did you take? Yes. Great, I'm taking it. You still have arrows stuck in your shoulder. 'Tis but a scratch. Plus, Elfie is getting me one of their hippie salves. Should be fine after. Alternatively, you could take a rest. Get some sleep, let your wounds heal, rid yourself of the ammunition decorating your body. That's one way to put it. Alternatively, you could mind your own business. I know what I can handle. And if I don't move on to a proper quest without bumbling elves and useless relatives, I'll go insane sooner or later. You want that? No, at least not in my tavern. I worked really hard on that woodwork. Then do your job and let me take it. I mean, you already have one. Or you have. I'm just doing my job and how do you call it? Expressing appropriate concern. You did this woodwork yourself? Excellent transition care. Yes, I did. I did all of it myself. Why? Couldn't get anyone to help? I had a very specific vision and too much free time. That too. Boredom does things to you. One day you're bored, next thing you're learning how to gloss wood. Do you know any carpentry? I know of carpentry. And of boredom. That's exactly why I gotta take this quest. Need to counteract the boredom before it makes my biceps shrink. I don't think that's how that works. But boring is not what I'd call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire's sunscreen could be more reckless than that. Couldn't get more reckless than that. It could be taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. Don't need another accidental piercing. So the saliva's for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone did their own quest, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking. Ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be better if I was? Don't think so. Chimera still riches all the time, and Chimera still riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Humph. Good thing you ain't a priest. You do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay, nervous? Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. And I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardian and more about what created it. It may be a little about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon's head? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claims she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she passed? Left. One day she was just gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Maybe she's off stealing sheep. Too soon. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about wyvern chimeras? No, was the only kind she ever encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think, but never found a wyvern one in all her years. It would have been nice to have been able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make a good Baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? Who doesn't? They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting. Very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. Humph. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all the magic. Expletive. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. The last time someone tried to help, they shot me with 3 arrows. They weren't trying to help you, they were trying to kill you. But alas, does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Care? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help, does it? It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a little boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Maybe you want the drink with an infusion. I just got to unpacking my shipments today. A what? Infusion. I use them to spice up my drinks. They grant you special abilities. Like Phoenix chilies. A little bit of one would make you fire resistant. That would be useful in a fight. Sure, I'll try one. And on the top of trickery... No, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and then adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. What am I doing? So she wants either... No, either the brain, either this one, or she wants a frosted lagoon. Physical and spiritual harm cools you down to even the hottest simmer. Okay, so this one involves the infusion, so we can draw the recipe. And it involves a fusion of fire, so I think this one, yeah. Okay, so this is a little shield with it, with the ice, a snowflake. This one looks like a mysterious, like a meeple there, and this one is fire. So let's add a pepper. Okay. Oh, now we've got one. That's, yeah, so that's enough for that one. Okay. No, that's a little, that's not, no. No, I still want the... I know I need one of these. There we are. That's a frosted lagoon. Okay. But it's shorter. I think... Is that... Figured it out. You're getting better. Thanks. I'm feeling tougher already and dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take a dragon like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems. That might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. What I do need is that chamomile salve. I'm gonna go look for that blighter. Go easy on them. Humph. Thank you. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. You again. Good evening to you too. Quest taken. This quest. It wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. You seem mysterious too. Like me. Like I said. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No. My legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest, go to the castle to get the cape. I mean... Yes? Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, you'd be more than welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence, me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once. Had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night. Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No. She had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask. Sure, yes. Would guess she looked pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Morrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Sounds depressing. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am the one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with a cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a bit. Are we soliciting thievery? Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration? Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to a eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me, along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Secrets are a joke. Oh, decisions. We'll do secrets this time. Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before, just yesterday. You may not remember it because you barely noticed me in the shadows. Oh, I noticed you. I was so stealthy I spent hours just watching you from afar. That is definitely a secret. You cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left. Like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. Well, you know, I'm not entirely wrong on that. And you're swift with your hands and fast with a knife. Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful in your situation. Interesting. So what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are in my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do, and some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely, to outstealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an appropriate approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility would help with staying unseen should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with a decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? Okay, so we've got a couple of different things. We could either do a Southern Brawler with the Pine Cone or a Swift Strike with the Fey Crystals. And I honestly think the Fey Crystals are going to be a little bit more of what I'm looking for. So we're going to have that go 1, 2. Okay, so that goes up to there. And then we've already got this one to there, so I just need 1 shield. So the crystal kind of takes over two pours. Thank you, Andu. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath? Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something, innkeep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Ha. Good one. It tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? No, only the absence of it. That makes 2 of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are as swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me. Goodbye, innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave. Or for a good story. Farewell. Good luck, Zypher. Or for a better end.